Hello guys, my name is Tara Tarot. I will be doing your July 2019 reading. This reading will be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I shuffled the cards beforehand as I had in the past so that we could jump right into the reading. Two things to take note of. July 2nd, as I'm doing this reading, it is July 2nd. Sorry, I'm late. But on July 2nd, there was a solar eclipse at 12:55 p.m., and that eclipse started a major shift for the rest of this month. It also changed a lot of things around home, around your relationship with your mother, around the redecorating or renovation or moving of your home, your domestic life, patterns within it, and just overall a lot of ending cycles moving their way out. And on July 7th, which will be this Sunday, as I'm recording this video, there will be Mercury going retrograde, and it is beginning to go retrograde in the sign of Leo, and it will reach Cancer on, I believe, the 16th of July. Double check that, honestly, but I believe it's the 16th that it will go into Cancer. So I do believe there's going to be a lot of emphasis around people communicating with you from the past, communications with your family members, communications with your mother. So that's important to take note of jumping forward. Alright, so I'll get started. The reading I am doing for you guys, this is an astrological spread. This is representing the 12 houses, different areas of your life, to get the most general reading for all of you. The first house is the house of self and how you are perceived. The card that came out is the Hierophant. So I feel like people see you as someone who is very traditional, which is funny because Aquarians are not very traditional. I feel like they rebel against tradition and norms, but maybe I feel because of their need to be different but yet be a part of something, people might see you as someone who is always trying to fit into traditional norms. I also feel like people see you as someone who is always in union with another, so you might be a person who is oftentimes in relationships, or you might be in a relationship right now. I feel like people right now are coming to you for guidance, kind of spiritual guidance. You're looked at as a leader of sorts, and you instigate change, which is funny because I feel like the norms are not necessarily something of change, but 5s are numbers of change, and the Hierophant is a 5. The second house is the house of finances, material wealth. The card that came out for that is the 5 of Pentacles. So I feel like some of you might have taken a financial loss this month, or you may be taking a financial loss. Perhaps something happened or changed within your relationship or your life that is creating this, dissipating of funds or dissipating of resources, but not all is lost. You're not alone, and you're not left with nothing in your finances. So you are in this lack mentality and focusing on the negative, which a lot of you this month are. But I do feel like you might have just made a bad business investment or a bad investment financially, and now you just have to kind of deal with that. But you still have much behind you, and if you focus on the negatives, then you're just going to draw more of that into your life. And I feel like it's a possibility that this drawing of your funds could be because of a male sign in your life. It could be somebody who is an earth sign. So that's funny as I say that, because of someone I know. But yeah, it could also be with that because it was literally right next to the King of Pentacles. So a male Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. but this could also be your approach to others. So you could be kind of slow and being overly generous, and it is a possibility that you're not fully communicating your needs, because I believe that you're at a place where you might feel maybe you're like focusing on this loss, but you kind of have everything you need materially, and you could be focusing so much on that you're coming off as someone who's emotionless right now. But I also could feel that somebody could have caused you this grief, and this could be this person. And it's in the 3rd house of communication, so you could need to communicate all of these like issues with this person, and I think this is the male earth sign. And I believe this is you. The 4th house is the house of home, and this is the Queen of Wands. So I feel like you're not getting the attention you deserve. Maybe you're living with someone and you're not getting that full attention, or maybe you're just not getting enough attention in your home life, or, you're not really being able to express yourself fully. Also, this could mean that you're someone who is doing very well and is able to gather people around, and people are really drawn to you. And yes, you are someone that needs attention, but people are giving that to you, and you could be feeling a lot of loss or material loss over a person, and this person could be someone who is kind of reserved and slow and not giving you all the attention that you need, and this person could be an earth sign. And you could have fire in your chart, or you could be expressing a lot of that energy, like a fire energy right now, like you are expressing outward like radiance, like people are drawn to you and you're kind of showing some confidence and a need for love. Now, I said this in the last reading, so I'll say it again here. I don't really read reversals with this deck because this deck says not to. So when I do see a reversal, I kind of see it as a blockage rather than like the meaning of the reverse. So this card is the 5th house, and the 5th house is the house of romance. And this is also the house of children. So I kind of feel like this being the Chariot. I feel like in your romantic life, there was movement going forward, and now it's coming to a halt. And I feel like this could be because of black and white thinking, because with the Chariot, I oftentimes think that someone is thinking too logically, too like what everyone tells them things should be, and not enough listening to their heart and their own intuition, which is funny because this is the Cancer card, which is a card that relies on like their intuition, a sign rather. But I do feel like there's maybe a halt in that. So I do feel like you had someone in your life that you were working with, and now there's not as much movement in this relationship or in this foundation. And it could be because you're listening to what other people have to say about the situation or the connection a lot more than you're listening to your heart. And if that's the case, then I want you to shift your perspective a little bit. This could also mean a romantic situation you have with a Cancer, that there is a blockage in that energy, or like a blockage in expression with a Cancer. It's funny because I date an Aquarius. But yeah, that's a very strong possibility at this time. The 6th house is the house of health, and for the house of health, you got the Hermit card. So I think what's best for you right now, and what's being advised for you as far as your health is concerned, is to actually spend a lot of time alone. I think that there could be things occurring, or people putting too much of their input in, and it might be causing you a lot of stress and worry, and you might not be able to make the decisions you need to make. But I think with this Hermit card, you're being asked to spend some time alone because you'll be able to fully commit to a path in your life or a direction. And I think that you'll also feel a lot better and figure out what's wrong with you by spending time with your own body. Because a lot of times we think something's wrong and it ends up just being something within us that we're not changing or we're not focusing on. But if you spend time alone and you don't listen to other people, you'll be able to figure that out on your own. But I do think you are going to need a lot of alone time. And Aquarians, as much as you are related to people, I think you guys need that a lot. So if you need to express that to somebody, don't be worried to do so, please. The 7th house is the house of marriage, the house of partnerships, business partnerships, relationships of all kind. The card for that is the Ace of Swords. So I do feel like some kind of truth is going to come out, or you're going to receive some kind of clarity within your relationship that you might not have known of before. This could be a make or break of your situation. This could also be a truth coming out and a clarity by communicating your needs fully, and therefore it will go into a more positive direction for you. But I also feel like, so I was looking at the next card. I also feel, though, that with this in that house, you're going to receive some kind of a news or clarity of something within your relationship that you were unsure of or unaware of, or someone else is going to hear that you have been keeping secret, and it's going to change your dynamic drastically. I also feel that with the 8th house being the Knight of Pentacles, and the 8th house is the card of transformation, you could be having a transformation within a relationship with an earth sign, or a transformation within a steady, stable relationship that you have. There could be changing within that at this time. This could be a change in your finances as well, because the Knight of Pentacles could be someone coming to you with an offering for money or finances. So this could be a change in your finances happening right now, since you are also in that lack mentality. But I do think for a lot of you, it'll be a change in a relationship with an earth sign. And this earth sign might have been in your life for a long time. 9th house is the house of spiritual endeavors, spiritual growth, higher learning, travel. The card that came out with that is the 10 of Cups. So I do feel like you are having a greater understanding of the world around you. I feel like your family is really important to you at this time. You might be communicating with them best and most at this moment. Like, most closely. I think you're actually expressing yourself more fully and having like a very peaceful domestic life. I feel like you might go on a trip, a small trip if you do, with family. It's also a possibility that someone in your family, immediate family, decides to go to school or go back to school for something. This person could be a water sign. Water sign being Pisces, Scorpio, or Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Sorry. I like, when I'm trying to grab these cards, I swear, my brain doesn't work at the same time. Wow, you know what's funny? I put the cards out, but I really try not to, focus in on them until I'm reading them, and I just noticed what card this was, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh my god. Okay. Alright, let's jump into that. So, 10th house is the house of career, and finances, and fatherhood. The card that came out for this is the Tower. So, I feel like something is going to come up at work. Some kind of, foundation that you've had surrounding work is going to be brushed up from under your feet. Perhaps you're changing and throwing yourself into a new career at this time. Perhaps something at your job is going to kind of blow up. So if something was hidden, something is going to come out. If it wasn't that and it's a change in jobs, I think it's going to be something that's very different from what you expected it to be. So at this time, starting this project, it might seem like a shock. I think you're going to have a really strong realizations around work, but I do feel like something intense is going to happen around work. I think for a lot of you, it's going to be a change in your work life. So changing a job completely. I think that's going to be it for a lot of you. For those that it's not, I think that something that was hidden is going to come out. And if that something that was hidden is also tied to that relationship within the work life, it's coming up this month for you. And here's your warning. Your 11th house is the house of acquaintances, friendships, and the card with that is the Two of Pentacles. So this is a card about needing to find balance, right? But I feel like that being in your 11th house is, I feel like you're going to be stuck in the middle between two friends this month. I feel like there's going to be a situation that is going to cause you to kind of be the middleman, and it might cause some problems for you, because I don't think that this is a card that can, like, a lasting energy, because this card spirals in to, like, the next. I really do feel like with the juggling, it's such a risk, right? Like, you could drop that at any moment. So I do feel like by being in the middle of two situations, if this card pertains to something like that in your friendships, I think you're being advised not to do that. You need to find the balance between being able to be there for a friend and not being stuck in the middle. Because if you are stuck in the middle, then that could also be a problem with, this could also be like a problem within your life. And with the Tower card, this could be what blows up, that you're like playing both sides of the situation. That's a possibility. 12th house is the house of the subconscious. The card that came out for that is the Seven of Cups. So I feel like subconsciously you're not even quite sure what you want to do either. I feel like you're disillusioned by many different things at this time. You're not quite sure what to pick. There is an emphasis around, like, having a lot of choices and not knowing which ones are the right ones. You're being asked to move forward, but you might be picking the wrong things right now. And a lot of times this could indicate someone who is kind of playing the field and keeping their options open. So I don't know if this is you or this is someone in their life, but that is a possibility. That is something that is in the subconscious. I just dropped my phone. I'm sorry. Oh, did I move this whole thing too? I did. Yeah, I feel like subconsciously there is either someone else or you are playing the field and talking to multiple partners, and it's a possibility with sevens, because they are unbalanced, to be thrown off and taken, like people can notice what you're doing and they notice that you're like betraying them. Like, it's a disharmony because it's not an even number. And I feel like there could be a lot of deception amongst, like, a lover. So, beware of that at this time. The bottom of the deck, however, is the Page of Cups. So I do feel like if you are dealing with someone in your life, maybe this is you playing the field and kind of messing around on someone else, or maybe they are to you, but I do feel like there is a deeper love that is still growing. And it could just be because maybe things are not that way. Maybe it's not fully a deception. Maybe it just seems like that. But I really don't fully know. Because Page of Cups being the bottom of the deck, I feel like is a positive omen for your love life. But I feel like with the Seven of Cups, I really do feel like there's someone that's not fully being honest. If it's you and you're trying to just have, get what you want and, like, play this game, then I don't really think that's going to work out for you. Because I think that's what's causing this Chariot to be backwards. If not, then this could mean that somebody else is playing you for a fool and you might be the one that is falling head over heels. Perhaps this message is only pertaining to a few of you, but let me know. If it does, please leave a comment below. Like and subscribe this video if you would like, and I'll see you guys for the August reading. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Was there any other messages? Let me see. I'm sorry, I should have looked at that before. No, I don't see any else that's the same. Yeah, I don't see any other cards that are the same. I just see, the Five of Pentacles and the Hierophant is a 5. So there could be intense changes occurring for you in this month. And it could be around a job. And this job change could be a change in status. And that could be what brings upon some kind of a Tower and that Hierophant card. But if not, then again, that's the end of my message for you guys. Alright, sorry for rambling at the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next month. Bye!